All right. Let's try it again, boys and girls. Let's try it again. All right. Good morning. Is that Sister Felicia? Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Welcome back. As they say, and what's that? Who used to say that? Welcome back. Hello, Carter. What was the name of that show? All right. Welcome back, you guys. Sorry for the technical issues, but that's just how life is, right? So we'll try to figure this thing out. My tablet is tripping, so we're gonna shut it down. Today is everything money question and answer. See, it's not even letting me. Everything money question and answer, brothers and sisters. All right, so feel free to ask any questions about money. This is the Money Game live stream. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, entrepreneur, networker, network marketer, sales and marketing professional. All right, and was blessed to be a stockbroker several years ago, and that has really made a difference in understanding the money game. The rules to win at the money game is not about playing unless you're playing recreational. And unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of playing the money game recreational. Okay? So that being the case, we need to play to win and learn how to play the money game to win. So that's what we're doing here on these live streams, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We come here to shed some light on the winning rules, the rules to play in order to win at the money game, that those who win consistently know and play by, differently from those of us who don't win frequently at all, right? It's a hit and miss kind of thing, and we're still trying to figure it out, all right? So this is to help us with the learning curve of figuring it out. You don't have to figure it out. You just have to learn. Right? We just have to learn how this thing goes. We don't have to figure it out. We just have to learn how it goes. All right? So question and answers, brothers and sisters. This is as long as you make it or as short as you make it. So feel free to ask your questions in those areas of sales and marketing, online sales and marketing, offline sales and marketing, traditional sales and marketing, negotiation, networking, network marketing, real estate investing, things along those lines. Thank you, Brother Sam, for sharing, and welcome back. Looks like we're still trying to work out a technical difficulty. We thought we had them solved, but 2 days straight, my Samsung tablet froze up and wasn't able to get back on Periscope. So we're on my mobile phone right now. So we're going to have to try to figure it out. We might have to do it in the front room. So I'll try it here in the kitchen area closer to the Wi-Fi and see if that's the problem. All right. But the things have to be worked out. Technology, believe it or not, brothers and sisters, technology is still being worked out. Right. Technology as far as these live streaming platforms, as well as far as internet and all those things are still being worked out. So any questions you have, excuse me for my shirt. I'm going to the gym after this. So I want to make sure I'm ready to go as soon as we finish the money game live stream. So any questions? Hey, Brother Jackson, you're supposed to get with me, man, so I can get you access to the real estate course. So make sure you reach out to me. All right. Thank you for inviting your followers. So any questions, brothers and sisters, go ahead and ask your questions right here below so we can get started on this live stream, the money game. All right. Any questions? Any questions whatsoever? What questions do you guys have? No questions. So everybody have all their questions answered, right? There's no questions at all. I don't know about you, brothers and sisters, but I'm always looking for answers. I always have questions. Right? Just picked up a new book. What does wealth look like in our community? Well, that's a good question, brother. Wealth is something that we paint, we design by the visions we have in our brain. So the question is, what does wealth look like to you in our community? Is it cars? Is it black politicians? Is it storefronts? What does it mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? Because see, we have to be the participants in the wealth in our community. Right? You and I have to be those that are concerned. Those that want to participate, those that want to engage, those that want to be a part of the solution. Then we have to say, what does it look like to me? What role am I going to play? It's not a concept outside of yourself. It's a concept that you have inside of yourself and you express it externally. So it's not so much what does this person think? What does that person think? What do you think? What does it mean to you? Now you go out and be found doing that. So if someone asks you, what are you doing? What are you doing, Darrell? You can say definitively and very quickly, what is it that you're doing? Well, I'm being more of a purposeful spender. I'm directing my dollars, every dollar, every chance I get, I'm directing my dollars to black businesses. And if not black businesses, black salespeople in those business that I know that some of this dollar that I'm spending is going to go into his or her pocket to help feed his or her family. That might be wealth to you. Then you should be found doing that, living your truth, right? Living what's true to you. That's what I would say is the answer. Now, where you can find people, right, with like minds, then you work collectively. There's power in working collectively. There's power in cohesiveness. There's power in unity. There's powers in numbers. You probably heard that, right? In sales, we learned something called the law of large numbers. The law of large numbers. So you get with other people who are like-minded and heading in the same direction. So you can have collective power. That's called leverage. All right. So good question. I think that was Samuel, right? Thank you very much, brother, for that question. Any other questions, brother? So let's put them in there quick. Let's rapid fire. Boom, 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 boom. You can't be slow to the trigger. All right. Another rule to win at the money game. Another winning rule is that you have to be quick. You have to recognize an opportunity and move on it if you're prepared or not. See, a losing rule is to tell an opportunity that shows up, that can help you, that can assist you, that's going to help you move in the direction that you're already going in, but move faster when that opportunity comes. And for you to say, wait, I'll be right back. Wait, let me go get something. Wait, I'm not quite ready yet. Can you give me a day or a week? That is a losing rule to the money game. You'll lose. All right? Because there's laws all around us. There's laws of opportunity. I learned as a stockbroker, there's something called opportunity cost. Means there's something, you pay a price. It's going to cost you something by not taking advantage of an opportunity. Right? When a real estate deal comes my way and I say, well, no, whatever the reason is, I don't want to, move on it. But then I notice or somebody else gets it and it works for them. See, that's a lost opportunity. That's an opportunity cost. Right? Now, you don't know what he or she did. We understand all that, right? We understand that. But the bottom line is that was an opportunity that had value built into it. And we passed it up. Now, you can't take advantage of all of them, but we just need to be consciously aware of these things so we won't miss all of them, right? So we won't be prepared. It's like they said, Babe Ruth. I learned this in sales, coming up in my sales career. Babe Ruth is known as the home run hitter in Major League Baseball, right? But very few people know that Babe Ruth struck out more than any other batters, right? So the moral to that story is, brothers and sisters, we have to keep swinging. Is there a network platform you would recommend to connect with others such as, yeah, right where you are, brother. That's what social media platforms are built for, connecting. So they're everywhere. Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, what is it? Meerkat. I mean, they're everywhere. See, so it's not a shortage of opportunity. It's a shortage of our awareness to recognize and take advantage of opportunities and know how to use the opportunities. They got Facebook groups by the thousands. By the thousands. We just have to learn how to identify them, find them, identify them, and get involved. See, nothing can replace, brothers and sisters, getting involved, actively involved. Anything short of that is no good. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. It doesn't matter who you know. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how good your credit is. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Anything short of consistent action is fruitless. It's fruitless. And you have to practice it every day, every minute of the day, so it just becomes natural to you. See, I do some things it appears natural, that's a term, and it is natural. We're social creatures. So I do things naturally every day without thinking that some people would hesitate to do, would very seldom do. Why? Because I do it every day. I practice every day. I chip away at it. I ingrain it to make it a habit. See, my 10X, I'm on the last few pages of my 10X, so I just ordered another one. Every day. Every day, brothers and sisters. It's not something you just show. It's not classroom. Remember, this is informal education. You're not going to get a grade for it. Okay, so good question. So that's the answer to your question. Samuel's the only one asking questions. So what else, brothers and sisters? What other questions do you have? So we're okay as far as sales and marketing. We're okay as far as networking. We're okay as far as getting our money right. All right, make sure you go to DarrellMuhammad.net and subscribe if you want to take more action. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. We're going to start having live events. We're putting that in place now. We're going to start having live talk, live events. All right. So go to DarrellMuhammad.net. If you want to find out about gold, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Click on that little tab to the right and buy you some gold, brothers and sisters. That's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to buy another gram of gold. Buy a gram of gold every month. Right? Be found. If I died or you died today, can somebody go through your house and get an idea what you were about? Or did they have to be alive, and sit down with you, or be alive, be with you before I passed and get on the phone and they can just hear what I'm about? Can they walk around my house, look at what I have, look at the books I have, the type of books? Right? Can they go in my, in my, possessions and see, oh, he bought some gold and, here's his day timer. Let's flip through it and see what was he doing while he was living. Let's see what TV channels he have programmed on his TV. Let's see what websites he go to. Right? That's what it's about. So any other questions, brothers and sisters? So we all good. So we just here watching TV. We just here watching TV. This is the reality show. Right? So what about your money? See, what is that? The money mind? Beware of what you feed your mind. Absolutely. What's that say? The money mind experience. I got this t-shirt when I went to T. Harv Eckerd's 3-day event, which is free. I said Free, free. So I bought this shirt, and I bought those index cards that you see, and I bought some other stuff, some CDs. Success is a choice. All right, what question do you have? Who is that? Put your name in there. Clipping, whatever that is. Put your name in there, brothers and sisters. All right, any questions? See, it's all about questions. You hear me say often, you want to be an A student and a C leader. right? You want to be an A student and a C leader. A students always ask questions. Why? Because they're always thinking. They're always trying to solve a problem. They're always going, I mean, that's just what they do. You can't be a part-time A student, right? We either have the characteristics and we live an A student type of lifestyle, or we don't. See, all this turning off and on, that has to change, right? We have to become a certain kind of person, a certain kind of people. All right, so what are your questions, brothers and sisters? Wednesdays are for question and answers. Everything money, question and answer Wednesdays. Tomorrow's tactical Thursdays. How do you feel about credit unions? Good. Feel good about credit unions. All right, they're competing against banks and they're more lenient with their lending, than a lot of banks, than most banks. So I say go to a credit union. Here's a tip. Here's something you can do. Go to a credit union, all right, and sit down with the manager and say, I understand I can deposit money here at your credit union. Correct me if I'm wrong and let me know if you have such account. But I've been told that I can come to a credit union, open up an account, deposit money in that account, and then borrow against that money in your account. Is that true? Oh yeah, we can set that up for you. Now, why would you do that? You do that to increase your credit, because the only thing you're going to pay is interest, right? You increase your credit score and you develop a relationship with your bank, with that credit union. That's an old trick I learned years ago, and I've used it several times. Okay, now if you have good credit, 700 plus, you go into the credit union, sit down with the man and say, look, somebody told me that credit unions, I can come here, and if I have good credits and my financial is good, that I'm able to get a signature loan, meaning borrow money just on my signature, right? Is that correct? You get an actual loan. Yes, you get an actual loan. So you're going to pay. So Darrell, if I have $3,000, why would I deposit that just to borrow, to pay interest on money I already have? The objective is to increase your credit score. The objective is to develop a relationship with that credit union. The objective is so you can turn around, pay off the loan, and turn around and now borrow money on your credit. Borrow money on your relationship and go and use that money to invest. Go and use that money, right, to economically empower yourself with, right? So the challenge is, brothers and sisters, it's like a recipe, right? The cake doesn't taste good if you don't have all the ingredients and you don't follow a recipe. I own a barbershop and was told credit unions are good for small businesses. Yes, credit unions compete against banks, so therefore they have more attractive products than banks. Credit unions are small, they're not franchised, and they're not large like Chase and Wells Fargo, right? So they're geared to cater to a specific small group of people. That's what they're designed for, right? So yes, you go there. You have a better chance of developing a personal relationship with a credit union than a bank. So yes, that's what you should do. All right. Any questions, brothers and sisters? Any questions whatsoever? Thank you for those questions. I appreciate it. This is your day. This is your day, brothers and sisters, to get questions answered and to learn how to use social media, right? Social media, the way it's designed to be used. And that's to connect with people. See, ever since social media and the internet, there are no boundaries. The world is wide open, and as I think who wrote that book, The World is Flat. Will you share any tips on direct marketing? Yes, direct marketing is sales, brothers and sisters. All right, thank you, Samuel. Direct marketing is sales. Direct means you're selling the product directly to the consumer, right? And I would say, objectively as I can, being a sales professional, I would say sales is the oldest profession, and sales is the most profitable profession. All right. They have more rich people in sales than you have in most professions. No, not more than basketball. How many people do you have playing professional basketball? How many professional salespeople do you have? There's a lot of sales professionals making millions and millions of dollars. So direct marketing, direct sales. Learn how to sell. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net, click on more, click book list, and you have several sales books you should get. Be a sales professional. All right? Learn direct marketing, direct sales. That is a skill set, brothers and sisters. Once you learn it, you'll never be broke unless you don't use it. All right? You can be able to make money, right? Like that. Once you learn how to become a professional salesperson or direct sales. All right? Any other questions, brothers and sisters? Any other questions? Right? Direct sales. Network marketing is in the direct sales industry. The network marketing is a sub industry, if you will, of direct sales. It's not just direct sales, so it's a sub category. All right? Subcategory. Learn how to sell. If you learn how to sell, you'll never be broke unless you don't use it or you just not good. Right? You're just not good. All right, welcome back. Jackson, welcome back. All right, let's share. I apologize for the technical difficulties in my tablet. I don't know what's up with this thing, because it would even boot back up. All right, the device was freezing. So I think it's the device. I don't know. That's a new tablet deal. All right, any other questions, brothers and sisters? Come on, let's ask the questions. Let's go. You guys been here. Some of you guys been here. You know, Wednesdays is question and answers. You come with questions. Where are you in your career that you have some questions about? Where you are in switching careers, getting into entrepreneurship from a traditional job, right? What are your questions? You should have questions, right? How long, brothers and sisters, will we just sit around and don't participate? Right? In our own lives. We participate at work because we have to. Right? Participate in watching sports because that's fun. Right? But something serious as the money game and learning the rules to the money game, we don't have any questions. So what we're telling you, what about expanding your business? Be more specific. All right, be more specific. General questions give you general answers. Specific questions give you specific answers. Right? See, there's a science to everything. Right? If you ever have a specific question, you ask a specific question, you get a specific answer, right? That has a higher probability, right? That has the most value to you than a general question with a general answer. Okay? So ask your question more specifically so I can answer it more specifically. Because I just don't want to say stuff that may, answer your question or may address a concern you have, but just like it may not. All right? So go ahead and ask the question. Here's the thing you have to understand, brothers and sisters. My live streams and everything I do, live is just pregnated with everything that we need. Right? I say everything that we need, but a lot that we need, especially at this basic fundamental level. See, black people, when it comes to money, I don't care. You can include Oprah, P. Diddy, whatever. Black people, the rest of us. I mean, we're still at the basic fundamental understanding level. So there's everything at levels, right? Here's everything you need to know about adding, subtracting, and multiplying. Then there's everything you need to know about algebra. Then there's everything you need to know about calculus. So there's everything on levels. So when I say everything, I mean everything as far as, on a certain level of understanding. So these streams and everything that I do has a lot in it. So when we engage in all of it, all components of each live event, then little do we know. It's like eating your food. When you eat, chicken, fish, vegetables, you don't know what's in it. You don't know what proteins is in it. You can't systematically break it down and explain it, but your body does, right? So that's how it is with information. And that's how it is when you engage. That's how it is when you participate. That's how it is when you say, well, I'm a shy person. I don't usually ask questions. I just like to listen. Well, that's not one of the rules to win at the money game. One of the major rules to win at the money game, brothers and sisters, is that you have to grow. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to do things that you normally wouldn't do to get things that you normally don't get. See, these are winning laws, right? These are winning laws. You use them sometimes, you win sometimes. You use them all the time, then you never lose. Some people never lose because even a loss is a win for those that understand. Right? The Bible says all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and who are called by his name. Having problem getting calls from direct marketing for real estate investing. Say it again. Having problem getting calls from that. Say it again. I'm sorry, Jackson. Put that in there again. I don't quite understand that question. Would share your cold sales strategy? What do you mean by that? Would share my cold sales strategy? I don't understand your question. I just don't want to answer it just to be talking. I want to really, really know what your question means. So please, Samuel, ask that question again. Hey, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Cold calls. All right, what about cold calls? See, I mean, come on, you guys, work with me. I can't do all the work, right? You need to give me some clear questions so I can give you some clear answers. I am mailing postcards to absentee, very little response. Well, okay, good. Thank you very much. All right. Here's the thing. You have to understand that the normal response rate on direct mail is 1%. Right? Anything other than that, anything more than 1% is because you understand the science of direct mail. All right. That's why my philosophy is drive-bys, because you're not waiting for someone to call you. I don't know about you, but I don't want to put, the control in other people's hand on how fast I make money. Okay. So I'm not going to even start off that way. I'm not going to even start off sending stuff in the mail. Right? Once I get my pipeline build up, once I do 3, 4, 5, 6 deals and stacking up some chips, some paper, some cake in the bank, right? By doing drive-bys, then I'll do the mail piece. Why? Because I understand it's a 1% response rate. Response rate mean they'll call. It don't mean you're going to get a deal. Right? And if you get a deal out of a 1% response, and then 1% on 100 is what? 10. Is that right? 1% is 1. I'm sorry. See? So that means you have to send out volumes of direct mail, Jackson. 500 pieces minimum. So 1% of 500 is what? 10% is 50. So that's 5. I need tips on meeting someone in stores, calling someone on the phone call. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely get you some sales books, brother. Go to my website and get you some sales books. Well, see, here's the thing. It's all about you. It's all about connecting with people. And I learned a lot from Holton Buggs, the #1 income earner in the world of network marketing. You have to be a professional. You can't come off like everybody else because, radars go off. See, people these days, more than ever before, they see BS coming. They know BS when they hear it because there's a whole lot of BS out there. Thanks to social media, there's a whole lot of BS out there. So more now than ever, brother, you have to know how to not sound like everybody else, not approach people like everybody else. Hey, are you looking for an opportunity to make more money? If I can show you a way where you put $5,000 in your pocket, would that be of interest to you? That's what everybody says in network marketing. Right? You got to do something different. You got to be more creative. Right? Everybody hang around the stores, hang around, give compliments. That's a good lead in. Now, don't get me wrong. That's good. You want to lead with compliments. But see, that's a whole training that I'm going to go into on our private events if you're on my list at DarrellMuhammad.net. So just specifically, You have to be trained specifically. GoPro, no, is that it? By Eric Warway. I got his book over here. Let me go get it. I got all kind of books now. Oh, here it is. Yeah, right. See? GoPro. Right? If you don't have this book, go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit book list, and hit any of those books that'll take you to my Amazon store and put in GoPro. All right? Got this in 2013. All right, brothers and sisters. So you got to be a professional, brother. You got to be a professional. If not, you'll come off like an amateur. You won't make any money. It'll be, this is what I tell people in network marketing. Network marketing is one of those rare, unique opportunities. And what I mean by that is this specifically, right? If all you're making, right, all you want to make is $500 or $1,000 from network marketing, it's too hard just to make $500 in network marketing. You know, it requires too much for you to make an extra $1,000 in network marketing. See, it's one of those opportunities. You don't dig and drill for oil just to get you one barrel, right? Just to get you a couple of barrels so you can pay, you know, your light bill and your water bill. That's too much work. It's too much investment in drilling for oil just to get you just a little bit, just to give you some comfort, you know, some space on your finances, so just so you can kind of move up a little bit. No, brothers and sisters, that's not what network marketing is for. Network marketing is for you to be financially free. You know, the military don't pull a stealth bomber out just to cruise around and just kick it and see what's going on. And no, I mean, you don't do all that. But the only way you make the kind of money that many make in networking, you got to be a professional. You got to treat it like a business, right? So you got to train. Can you imagine if you were a professional athlete? You always training. They're already the professionals. They're the best in the world and they still training. 20 years of training. Then they training off season because they can't get fat, right? So it's not like they can just sit around and do nothing during the off season and just eat, because then it's going to make it harder to come back, you know, for the season. But we want to make that kind of money, right, without going through that kind of process. You got to go through that kind of process. So here's just one of many. My first year in network marketing by Yarnell, right? There's a lot of books out there, but you got to use it. You got to use it. So that's a good question. Any other question, brothers and sisters? Go ahead and put some more questions in there. What time is it? Put some more questions in there. We're going to go for a couple of more minutes because I got to get to the gym. All right. So any other questions? All right. Network marketing is Robert Kiyosaki says this, and I got a book over there, Robert Kiyosaki, right? Robert Kiyosaki says this. Is QuickBooks a good tax tool when doing multiple? I don't know. Remember, brother, I don't do my taxes. Don't do your taxes. QuickBooks, don't do your taxes, don't do your bookkeeping. Right? See, something in the stock market world is called retained earnings. That's what a new company does. A company does when it's just getting started and is making profits. It don't pay out dividends to the shareholders. They keep the profits in the company and reinvest it. It's called retained earnings. See, that's what we have to do. So you make $1, Aaron, and you invest it. Right? You invested in leverage. You invested in a CPA. You invested in somebody's going to do your taxes. So to free you up of it, to free your mind. Robert Kiyosaki said when him and his wife, Kim, started buying real estate and they started having, income come in from their real estate, passive income, they start replacing their earned income, their job income. And when they had enough to quit, he said, listen very carefully, Robert Kiyosaki said when he had enough rental income coming in every month to quit his job, now him and his wife, Kim, had the time to build wealth. Had the time to build wealth. See what I'm saying? So you need to free your time up, really, to really build wealth. It's more challenging and difficult to build wealth when you don't have time, when you're still on the front end of getting money. Get money by exchange of time. Change of time for money. That's the first cycle we have to break. Exchanging time for money. You do that by reinvesting, practicing the laws, the success laws of the money game, which means you reinvest. You reinvest to have somebody do your bookkeeping, and you reinvest to have somebody do your taxes. Well, that's money I can save by the... See, you're not getting it. We're still in that employee mind. We're still trading time for money. See, even when we're self-employed and we trading time for money, that's sexy. That sound good. But that's not playing the money game with the winning rules. It's not playing it by the way. I understand. Nice. What price range do you have to put them on? I don't know. You got to ask somebody that does that, Aaron. I don't do that. I don't do that. You know, I stay in my lane. That's a saying too, right? Get professionals in a certain lane and just let them run. You get out the way and let them run. You get a lane and you just run, right? You're not trying to be in 4 and 5 lanes at a time, right? You just run, just run, just run, just run. You just run. So that's what you got to do with professionals. You find a professional. I've been seeing some things on Facebook. There's companies now, and I saw one that charged $125, $150, or whatever it is a month to do your bookkeeping. Oh, that's too much money, man. I can save that money. That's $1,200 a year. You'll never make $12,000 a year, worrying about $1,200 a year. See, we got to prepare ourselves. It seems weird at first, but see, we've been underneath this cloak of employee mentality so long. We just happy to have a weekend off. Well, if you're happy to have 2 days off, imagine, if you will, if you had 3 days off, 4 days off. See, that's what we should be working toward. You know, it's kind of like slaves. You know, when we first came out of slavery, a lot of us had the opportunity, or some of us had the opportunity of buying our freedom. Well, welcome to 2016, brothers and sisters. We're back at that again. You have to buy your freedom. I'm not a slave. Slave is one who time he does not own. And if a person owns your time, they own your activity. Right? They own your activity. And if they own that, they don't need to have us in physical bondage. They know where you live based on how much money you making. They know. All right? So let's work. See, that's what the money game, if we understand the rules to win, is all about buying your time back. Google search gave me 3 black tax professionals in my area. Okay, all right. That's not a question, Aaron. That's for you to take and you to use. All right? So what's your question? Let's put some questions in here. So you got to stay focused. If a person asks you for questions, you don't give comments. You give questions. See, it's about discipline. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I do the same thing. We're all here working this thing out together. Right? When you have a partner in the gym, right? He spots you and you spot him. Nobody know better than anybody else. We're spotting each other. That's what we're going to do in those live events. We're going to sharpen each other. We're going to fine tune our skills, right? That's why many times black folks, we can't compete at certain levels because we don't understand, the standard operating procedures, right? And at that level, ain't nobody going to be explaining to you how you're supposed to function in a meeting. If you're in a meeting, they assume that you and I know that, right? They assume you and I know that. They assume that when somebody asks a question, you're going to answer the question, not answer the question and add a whole lot of drama around it. What is the biggest challenge in real estate and network marketing? Oh, yes, 2 questions in one. Biggest challenge in real estate is that most people don't. In network marketing, it's all the same problem. We're not good students. We don't want to invest money, time, energy in our education. Brothers and sisters, I got books on top of books. Still buying books. So when you believe and your believing goes to knowing, then it's a wrap. It's done. You don't have to keep on wondering. See, most people don't want to invest in real estate. They want to get with somebody that's going to show them how to do it for free. Right? They don't go and invest in their education, financial investment, financial commitment. Same thing with network marketing. When I was active, I got all kind of books and audio tapes and everything. Why should I figure it out? When someone has already figured it out, all I have to do is focus on submitting my will to follow their instructions. Right? And I would say like this, and here's the challenge. Follow it blindly. Like the old saying goes, they say jump, you say how high. If they say right, you go right. You don't, help me to understand. Right? Help me to understand. Because see, I do better when I understand stuff. Stick to the recipe. Right? I mean, we got to stick to the recipe, Eugene. Right? Stick to the recipe. Just do it. Just follow. Just follow. If we were that smart, we wouldn't need any help. Is bookkeeping the same as spreadsheet? Yeah, spreadsheet is part of bookkeeping. It's not the same, or it can be the same. Spreadsheets is part of bookkeeping, right? Part of bookkeeping. So yes, you can say they're the same. All right, keeping your books. You can do that on a piece of paper. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. Alonzo, just put my name, all the social media. Just put in DarrellMuhammad. DarrellMuhammad. I'm sorry. Social media, just put DarrellMuhammad. Yep, YouTube. I got over 71 videos, all right, that myself and a brother and a sister, we do every Sunday called Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Black Wealth Empowerment Live every Sunday. It's a private group. And you can find those videos on YouTube. All right. 71. We've been doing it for 2 years now. 71. All right. So any other questions? Questions, brothers and sisters. Hashtag black dollars. Hashtag black wealth. Hashtag black economy. Right? Hashtag black economy. Right? So we have to learn, brother. We have to be students first, and we have to choose to be A students, right? Choose to be A students. C is not good enough when it comes to entrepreneurship, right? See, we have to understand some basics about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is designed to make you rich. Are mutual funds good for investing? I don't like the stock market, brother. I used to be a stock broker. I don't like the stock market. Right? But if you can't do anything else, it's better to do something than nothing at all. Let me just tell you how this thing works. They say in mutual funds, right? Invest $25 a month for 40 years and you'll have $2-3 million, right? People don't have the discipline. Most people. I'm talking about most people, because we fall in the most people category more than we fall in this exceptional category that we want to, put ourselves in all the time, right? Most people are not going to invest that long. Most people are not going to invest that long. So that's not going to work. Right? Secondly, how much money would you have to have invested in the market so your return on your investment is substantial? It's something for you to do with. Right? If you have $1 million invested and you're getting 7%, that's something. But how many of us going to eventually have $1 million in the stock market? How do we invest our money grow without stock market? You invest directly in the market, right? You invest in real estate. It's either traditional business, right? There's either business or real estate or a job. And real estate can fall underneath business too, right? It's not a lot to choose from. Or the stock market, which is business, is so far away from the actual business so that normal, common people can play. Here's what's been said, and I agree with this thinking. When you invest in the stock market, in the common products, mutual funds, bonds, and stuff like that. You turn over the control to someone else. You're dependent on someone else to do the right thing so you can make money. That's good if you want to be a lazy investor, right? But lazy people only get crumbs from the active people. You're not going to ever make the same amount of money as a lazy investor than somebody that's out there hustling. That's not even fair. I hate to be a hustler. You making more money than me. You just sitting back with mutual funds and auto drafting $25 a month. I don't want to play that kind of game. I want to play a game where I can be rewarded for my activity, right? For what I'm capable of producing. All right. So the question is, what is your outlook? What do you understand? Right? Do you just are you investing with the mindset, okay, I'm going to have Social Security, I'm going to have retirement, so if I can just get an extra $2,000, $3,000 from an investment portfolio, I'll be set, I'll be good. I think that's nice. I think that's hopeful. I think that's, to be honest with you, a little naive. Maybe even a lot naive. I don't believe Social Security is going to be, what's the rise of Bitcoins? I don't know, brother. That's just looking in the crystal ball. I don't do crystal ball stuff. All right. That's why I'm in the real estate. 'Cause that's not crystal ball. That's hard core, tangible asset based on revenue, based on rent numbers, based on expense numbers, based on, jobs that are actually coming into the city, into the area. Those are actual numbers. Back to the point of control. You can't control what happens in a crystal ball. If you have no control over it, then you have no control. You're very limited when there's limited control.